Goodness, Cadet! Don't sneak up on me like that! No. No, I didn't hear you knocking. I was engrossed in my work as usual. Huh? No, I did not fall asleep at my desk. What makes you say that, Cadet? Oh. There's a report stuck to my forehead. Well, I guess that is pretty sufficient evidence. What did you need, Cadet? Something personal? Couldn't you have gone to one of your comrades about this? Then again, it is very late. They're all probably in their rooms. Much like you should be. Look, you don't need to apologize to me. I'm not going to punish you. But I must ask, was this personal discussion urgent or could it have waited? If it could have waited, you risked getting in trouble with Levi by coming here. And you're risking the same thing when you go back to your room. Oh. It's about what you can do for humanity. That sounds rather suspicious, if you don't mind my saying so. Well, normally such a topic wouldn't be personal. It has to do with something that's different about you from all of the other cadets here. Are you? Is this your way of telling me that you're another shifter? That you're like Aaron? Another Titan shifter for me to do experiments and tests on? No? Damn. Well then, what do you mean by that? Are you some kind of goddess like Mikasa? I only tease about that, of course. Everyone knows she's not a real goddess, but she does have some very unique skills. And it is rather odd that she seems to excel at everything. Come to think of it, you rather excel at certain things as well. Such as really any physical activity. Are you somehow similar to Mikasa? Uh-huh. Before we delve further into this, since you seem to want this to be kept a secret between us, would you like me to close the door? All right. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. I'll tend to the door. Oh, it's no trouble at all, Cadet. I understand how secrets can be. So, what exactly sets you apart from everyone else? What exactly are you? Of course I've heard of vampires, but forgive me, I don't think you are one. You see, in literature, vampires have specific traits that you don't possess. Although those are works of fiction, so I guess I shouldn't focus too heavily on those details. Why do you ask? What? You're serious? Your father was... a vampire? What about your mother? Human? What does that make you then? Human or vampire? Neither. Well, that makes sense. After all, a child's DNA is a combination of their mother's DNA and their father's DNA. So, what exactly does that make you then? A what? I can't say I've ever heard of one of those creatures before. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm even going to try pronouncing that word. So, you say this could make you a valuable asset to humanity. How so? Really? You possess some abilities that vampires possess? Such as what? Oh, agility, that's certainly useful. What else? Ooh, excellent night vision? Oh, that's wonderful. Very useful for future expeditions, I'm sure. What else? Wait a second. You said... mimicry? How so? What? Vampires can... You can shapeshift? Into any living thing? Not exactly. Could you elaborate? Ah. Only mammals because it doesn't alter your body too much to the point where your entire body system is far different. Well, I suppose that makes sense. After all, if you were to shift into a reptile, that would greatly alter your body systems. You would become cold-blooded and so many things would change about you. Far more than if you changed into a mammal. That makes sense. Oh? There's more to it? Do tell. Really? You can mimic voices? Oh, do mine! That was really good! Oh, do Levi's. That is certainly something he would say. Oh, do Irwin's. Oh, very inspirational. You sound just like him. If not, perhaps better. There's another ability? What is it? It's dangerous? What kind of dangerous? The kind of dangerous that you can control, or the kind that's only dangerous because you can't control it? Oh, good. You can control it. I don't know what we would have done if we had another danger that was completely out of our control. So, what is this final ability? You can do... What? You can turn humans into vampires? I once read that a human could only be turned into a vampire if they were bitten by a vampire. Is this accurate? No. How does that transformation occur then, if I may ask? Ah. A human has to ingest a vampire's blood. It makes sense then why you're able to transform humans into vampires. After all, you do possess the genes of a vampire. So by ingesting your blood, a human would also be ingesting a vampire's blood. Tell me, what possible use do you see for that in the future? Ah, saving lives. Lives that otherwise couldn't be saved, I presume? Could you give me an example? Ah, yes. I do remember him. He bled out before we could do anything. He was almost bitten in half by a titan. Really? Ingesting your blood would have made him immortal? Why is this dangerous, then? Oh. Right. The dangers of being a vampire. There's more? What is it? Really? You believe there are traitors among us? Oh God. And if they were to get their hands on you, after finding out what you were, if they ingested your blood, they could become immortal. And depending on their resources, that might very well make them invincible. I understand why you wanted this to be kept a secret. Don't worry. What was said between us will not leave this room. Of course. You can trust me about anything. I won't breathe a word of this to anyone. Your concerns are valid and completely justified. In fact, I agree with you. There are traitors among us. We know this for a fact. We don't know who exactly yet. But this just gives me all the more reason to keep your secret safe. I promise. Not a word of this conversation will leave my mouth to anyone except you. All right. Now, you need to get back to bed. Right now. If Levi catches you out after curfew, he'll definitely have questions. All right. Run along now. Huh? You don't have to thank me for keeping you safe. It is my job as your squad leader, after all. All right. You're welcome. Have a good night now.